That's a unique look, and the driver's door is a completely different color than the rest of it. Happy Tuesday. And now filming for the vlog. What does that mean? Well, I made an E39 source video today for the first time in like 6 months. I actually have 2 getting ready to schedule or to publish hopefully this week. I just need to find the time to upload and do all the tagging. I guess you don't really have to tag anymore, but all of that jazz. So what the hell are these? These are Energizer lithium 123 batteries that are used in the sign module. The sign module is the siren, the beeper. You hit lock and it beeps once, unlock twice, set the alarm off. It's really loud, which on the E60, wrong side, lives in the bracket that holds the bumper onto the car right about here. So per new TIS, you remove the rear bumper cover, which I can now do in about 6 minutes. It's very simple on this car. So remove the rear bumper cover, then you remove that bracket, unplug the sensor, or unplug the module, the siren, and then there's 4 Phillips around the perimeter. Open it up, open the battery door, and there's 2 of these in there. So I put the old ones on the voltmeter. These are rated at 3 volts, and I had like 3.4 volts on the old one, 3.2 on the new one. I did not say that backwards. Why did this is an 06 made in 05. Why did the 17 or 18-year-old batteries have more juice than the brand new ones did? At least in terms of voltage, I don't know. Then I checked the amperage. We had 0.44 milliamps on the old ones and 0.41 on the new ones. So the old batteries were over voltage, over amperage, throwing a code for sign internal battery, which is not replaceable per BMW. They go out of their way to tell you, oh yeah, you can't replace the batteries. You have to buy a new $250 module. No, you take it out, you open it up, and you replace the freaking batteries. There's even a little cover on it that says open and has an arrow. So went for a little drive, probably enough driving that it would have tripped that code again, and it didn't. So let's hope that it doesn't, and that's done. In other news, a couple little things today. Stopped by the body shop when I dropped my M5 off for alignment. These covers are in, which pretty much means the front of the car looks as good as it has in 17 years. Everything that you see in the frame right now, yeah, everything is new, except for that mirror cover. But it's going to be new because that mirror doesn't work, and we have a new one in that box over there. So everything's new. The only code persisting is fogging sensor, which is a sensor that's kind of glued up into the glass somewhere. Here, this is a new windshield. I don't think they come with the fogging sensor, and whoever installed the glass likely removed the old one from the old glass and then put it on this one. And why we didn't give them the new one to install, I don't know, because now I have to go in there and bake all that glue off. Doesn't matter, no, but when that sensor fails, it could get bad enough where it just decides the windshield's foggy and then just blasts air out of these vents up onto it, which would be super annoying, and which it has done in the past, and we don't like. Tomorrow it gets an oil change, an oil level sensor, reset the CBS data for that. It is getting window tint tomorrow. We just ordered new M5 floor mats and the LED interior kit from ECS. So still some more to do. Also replaced these little trims over here today. So they call this like a muffler. So new one here, cowl trim, obviously new cabin filters, new engine filters. That wire's pinched. That looks better. Damn. What a project. You know, it's only 10 months. And here's our new one over here. In fact, is the other one on right? It should sit just below that cabin box. These cabin boxes are a pain in the ass. Yeah, it's on right. Cool. And I can just close it by pushing the roundel. Both sides close perfectly in sync. And you can see the panel gaps there. Just beautiful. I was worried about that. You know, when a chassis is tweaked and you got to move stuff around, it doesn't always go back right. So this mirror is going to be coming off to get painted. You can kind of see some of the clear failure right here. A couple chips in it, whatnot. It does still fold. So this mirror gets painted. The glass is going to be replaced. You can see the discoloring starting out here. So new glass is on the way. It's got to come from Germany, so it'll take a while. But the mirror will be painted but reused. This mirror hasn't folded in a while. Somebody hit it in a parking lot or something. The only visible damage is this tiny little scuff on the outside of it. So we got a new mirror. That's going to be painted. We'll reuse the same glass because this piece is fine and it's very expensive. And then when they had this door part to repaint it, they didn't get the latch back on right. So you really have to close it hard to get it to close. And you can see why right there. So there's one more screw that holds the actuator in under the door panel. When we take the door panel off to take the mirror off, to replace the mirror, I will fix the latch alignment, and then you don't have to close it like that to get it to shut. It's just a little unsettling, a little harder than we're used to pushing it. The 530, the Santa Clarita car, is up here. It's been at the house because we didn't have room here. Now we do, so I drove it up here today. This is the 08 Sepang Bronze M5 that's here for the manual transmission conversion. So today, in fact, did they seriously leave the exhaust out here? No way. No. So where is it? How's an entire exhaust system over there? Got the whole exhaust, they got the whole exhaust system off, drive shaft out. Here's the SMG. Here's why it wouldn't start or drive anymore. This is the throwout bearing. Take a look at that. That is not supposed to be at that angle, and it's supposed to have a whole bunch of pieces that are stuck in the fork now, and the fork is seized. Oh yeah, and there's metal shavings all over the place. Nice. I don't know if the transmission will survive this. Yeah, feels fine. Just got to take all that apart and unjam it. So I don't know what happened to the throwout bearing, but it is cooked. So that is what spurs the manual conversion. And here's the GS653BZ manual. A lot smaller, a lot lighter, a hell of a lot more reliable. Bottom of this car is quite wet. There's a lot of oil dripping out of what seems to be the oil scavenge pump seals. So I ordered those gaskets. We will be replacing those quite soon up in there. And I'm going to tell them it's time for rotors because I can feel the lip on that without even touching it. More common E60 things over here, these fender liners. Well, just like I said the other day, people drive them up over stuff, crunch the brackets. That forces the fender liner to bow out, which forces the wheel to hit it in reverse or on the highway with wind, whatever. It gets torn off. Now you're exposing your washer reservoir. So we'll see if he wants to deal with that. I noticed this car sat super low. That's why it's got Eibach brand springs on it. This is a 90,000 mile early 08, first month of 08 production, which is actually March of 07. I'm not sure why they rushed the 08s that much. This is a factory thing that this little bracket does not come with nuts on it. I don't know why. Every E60 M5 I see does not have nuts there, so I just find some that fit and put them on. We did it to my dad's years ago. It got rid of a lot of rattling in the back. So if you have one with weird rattling, put some nuts on there. It'll shut it up. So in this car yesterday, the driver's seat came out, got the seat twist repaired. I drove it home last night, tried to adjust the seat. Only the right side is working. So after another repair, it's the same thing. The cable was cut before, and someone tried to fix it before, did a really bad job of it. I think it kinked the cable, which is causing too much stress on the motor. So we're going to have to actually replace those cables on this seat. I can see it's just a bit twisted again. Passenger seat was pretty bad, though. The cables don't seem to have been damaged because the repair was successful on this side. Didn't see any kinking in the inside of the cable. Obviously, the battery's not connected right now, but that seat is done. We've got the new fuses for the V1 hardwire, which were popping all the time because the connection was bad. So we replaced the connection. Now we replaced the fuses and put that back together, but we're close to having this car on its way. Did a little research on this guy today. Fully loaded Mayo 3, Le Mans, every single option on it. They only made 122 cars after this, which is pretty neat. This is a super, super late one. That's just a clean title, you know, limited amount of owners. It's a BAT car, Kellener's exhaust. It's just, oh, this car pushes all the right buttons. I don't love the Alcantara stuff myself or the black grills, but those are easy fixes should someone else want to change that. And then that's an 02 that's also fully loaded, but with the black sport interior. So before I head out, these front windows have never been tinted before. It's got the fisheye effect. Obviously, whoever tinted the back many years ago, pre-2012, was concerned about the legality of it. Yeah, who cares? So now it's going to get tint all the way around. Same as my car, nothing crazy. 35% Lumar Formula One, Stratos, something like that. It's still the top of the line tint they have down there. The reason for doing this is a car that largely lives outside, and we just replaced the Alcantara A pillars, and they're nice and dark down here in the corners, so it needs some tint to protect that. Plus, and more importantly for me, driving the car, looking out the back, I think it's a safety hazard myself. This tint has gotten super, super hazy to the point where it's difficult to read, say, a license plate in your rearview mirror. It's that hazy, so we need to get that stripped and replaced. I'm very thankful that somebody did tint it, though, because if we take a look at the parcel shelf, it is still pretty nice and dark, nice and black. Can you see some of that haze? Okay, well, you can read the plate from here, but the further away you get from it, the worse it is. So thanks for doing it, but we're gonna fix it. This has been a very large part of my evening. So this is the receipt for every single part that we put in that car for the repair since the accident. Every single nut, bolt, trim clip, and everything chronologically organized. Then this is the online parts explosion that shows each and every fastener for the entire job, with the parts that we've replaced highlighted. These are organized A through Z, AA through AZ, BA through BZ, CA through CZ, etc., with every part that we've replaced highlighted, both on the explosion and in the list of parts. And they're all in plastic protectors. This was hours of time tonight, hours of unpaid labor. These still have to be put in the protectors. This is the main service binder on the car. I started in the beginning with the title, and everything since 2006 has been chronologically organized and put in plastic protectors. OCD's a bitch. The 545 is home. I brought that back tonight. The only issue now is that as I pull in the neighborhood, it goes bling, flat tire. It's like, shit, I'm moving the car around. Everything feels fine. I get it back in the garage. I'm looking around the car. Everything's fine. All the wheels look, all the tires look no problem. So we'll get it up to the shop tomorrow, check the pressure, adjust if necessary, reset the FTM, as they call it, flat tire monitor, and go from there. In the meantime, the wipers are working. We had an issue with the relay sticking that they would come down and park and then come back up a quarter or a fifth of the way. So normal cycle, park, bloop. That was very annoying. I've run the wipers a whole bunch of times. They don't seem to be doing that anymore. In the meantime, I've got to go to bed and get some rest. I will talk to you guys tomorrow on Hump Day Wednesday. Good night.